They're so pretty, it hurts. I'm not talking about boys, I'm talking about girls. They're so pretty in their button-up shirts. Anyway, hey guys, for those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Becca, and you may know me from Insta at What's Back Reading and Goodreads, Becca the Romance Queen. But anyway, I decided to do an LGBTQ video finally, even though I did release Loveless, which is the song that I kind of wrote about the book Loveless by Alice Oseman. So if you haven't read that book, you should, then you will totally understand. But that book has nothing to do with how I feel as an individual. That book is really based off of George War from Loveless. So I'm not queer. I am an ally though, so that is why I'm making this video. And I feel like so many people are allies, but I also feel like so many people just don't understand the LGBTQ community, and I am one of them. Like, there's so many complexities. Sorry, I literally can't speak today. To the community, and I feel like a lot of people need to understand that. Like, I know that typically older people, like, really older people don't understand the LGBTQIA plus community as much as us youngins do. But anyway, I just wanted to, I just wanted to make a video for Pride Month, because why not? And I haven't made a video, and I haven't made a video in a long time. And for those of you who like can see my channel, you probably don't see like 2 videos that I have as unlisted, which means that anyone with a link can see them, but they don't show up on my channel. So sorry, but maybe I'll release those. But yeah, and please check out Loveless. I really need to learn guitar, because I feel like guitar and like maybe a little bit of piano should be played in that song instead of it being acoustic, because I kind of hate it as acoustic. So, but anyway, I've had experience with trying to find music for a song that I didn't record, and it's been awful, and it was awful. So anyway, before we get into this, I'm really just going to be making LGBTQ recommendations and kind of be talking about like my experience as an ally and blah 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 blah. I really hope that this video isn't going to be too long, but who knows, it's probably going to wreck the storage space in my phone. So I'm currently reading Kiss and Tell, and I'm not too far into it, but I really want to be far into it. I'm on page 434, and that's chapter 4. And it's really interesting so far. Like, I was reading A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahira Mafi. Anyway, it's kind of, that was kind of boring, and it's for Battle of the Books anyway, so, I decided to be like, yeet, because I don't have to read it for another week, so, yeah, why not just actually read a queer book for Pride Month instead of reading a straight book? No offense, but with much offense. Anyway, so Kiss and Tell, it's new this year. I think it was published maybe like a few months ago, or maybe just came out this month. Who knows? Anyway, I saw it at my library and I was like, that looks kind of interesting. So basically, it's about this guy who is in a boy band. And I know, if you're a fan of One Direction, I mean, we love boy bands. But, so yeah, this guy, his name is Hunter, and he kind of has that like unfortunate last name is a first name situation. His name is Hunter Drake, and there are 4 other members in the boy band. As you can see, like, there are 5 members, and they are Canadian, and they uploaded a video on YouTube or wherever, and it just went viral of them singing I think it's called, is it pronounced poutine? Anyway, sorry, I literally hate when people come up the street. This is like the worst part about living on the end of your street. Everyone comes up here for no reason. Like, anyway, sorry. I think it's pronounced poutine because it's like routine but with a P. And anyway, it's like a Canadian dish or something. They were just singing a song about it and they got famous with that, which, I mean, I wish that I could just upload a song on YouTube and then it would get famous and then I'd join a girl band or something. But anyway, so and the main character is openly gay and they are going on tour currently. And sorry. Um and they're just going on tour and he is making he's letting LG, young LGBTQ kids get in for free, local LGBTQ kids and like kids from the youth shelter, and I think that's really cool. And I honestly wish that people would do that. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to see a Why Don't We concert this summer, and they also have 5 members, and yeah, it's kind of cool like to see the differences between like a diverse band and a band of all white boys that are all hot but like young and whatever. But yeah, so that's what I'm currently reading, Kiss and Tell by I'm probably gonna pronounce this wrong, but Adib Khorram. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm currently reading. I'm sorry it took literally 6 minutes to explain that. I am very bad at explaining books, but I'm currently reading this, so you should go check it out. Anyway, I don't have any other queer books with me here today, but I do, before I talk about those books, I do have a few recommendations. So I'm just gonna talk about like LGBTQ and kind of why I decided to be an ally. So as you all know, during 2020, there was kind of a giant freaking crisis, and that was like we couldn't leave our homes. We couldn't really do anything, and we were just trapped inside. But people say that that was the worst year ever, but for me, it was one of the best years in reading, and honestly, it gave me a wake-up call as to what I'm really interested in, and it made me like I got a lot of online friends, and even though I've basically ghosted all of them because honestly, I just went in a giant book slump and I was in too deep, which reminds me I have to message my friend Brinley, so before I forget. Yeah, and it just kind of became too much for me to be a part of this community and run everything, and I was young and I just yeah, it was too much for me. So now I've kind of swore off Goodreads except for reading purposes, and but sometimes people message me like literally once in a blue moon, so yeah. But anyway, that's really how I became an ally, was 2020. I don't really remember a lot about 2020 except for the fact that I really like decided to join the LGBTQ community. I know I didn't really know what it was. I didn't even know it existed until 2020. And yeah, I was young and yeah. And I just started reading books that I didn't read before, which were gay books, lesbian books, trans books. Well, I don't actually think I've read a trans book yet, but I just started reading queer books, and it felt really nice. Like I actually love gay books, and I love gay people. So that's a little weird. That's a little awkward, but whatever. But this year I've really gotten like all out LGBTQ. Like I was gonna wear all rainbow colors this whole month, but that didn't exactly work out laundry wise, and sometimes you just want to wear something different. But yeah, I actually forgot to put anything pride wise on today, but I have this whole box that is dedicated to pride things. Like I have pride buttons in it, I have pride bracelets, I have pride necklaces, I have pride scrunchies, and yeah, I basically have anything pride related that can fit into it. So I think I've definitely gone all out as much as I could this year. Like I have a hat that says love is love. I have pride tights. I have a pride shirt that says love out loud that I'm gonna wear tomorrow because I have to go to LGBTQ book club. I have another pride shirt that says love is love, and I kind of want to get that Lin-Manuel Miranda white shirt that says love is love is love is love is love. You get the point. that I see a lot of people wearing. So that's really how I got into the community, just through Goodreads and social media. Um, yeah, I guess being an ally has been pretty easy, except there's always those questioning sexuality things. But anyway, I can confirm now that I am straight as of right now. So, but I created a Spotify playlist called Queer Leader based on She Drives Me Crazy. But okay, so let's talk books that I've read this month. Dedicated I'm dedicated to only reading queer books because it's Pride Month and I really want to get into more. And it is currently the 24th, so I really have to hurry up these books. Like I should be reading right now, but I'm doing this instead. Um so I've currently read this month Never Been Kissed by anyway, Loveless by Alice Oseman. She Drives Me Crazy by Kelly something. Um, I Kissed Shara Wheeler by Casey Mequist, and I think that's it. I know 4 books, but I had tests and final exams, and it was awful. So I've just been kind of distracted the first 2 weeks of June, and then I had big tests after that. So I haven't really gotten a chance to read openly because I've just been super busy. And now that I've decided I should maybe not get a job this summer, I'm probably going to be reading the majority of the summer. So, but those are the books that I've read this Pride Month. And my favorite book out of all of those was definitely I Kiss Shara Wheeler. Like, I Kiss Shara Wheeler and She Drives Me Crazy were my favoriteest because I remember going in to take a state test like last week. I can't believe it was literally like a week ago. It feels like a million years ago. And I really wanted to get it over with. There was 85 questions and I just couldn't. My mental capacity was like, wee, and just didn't want to take it anymore. And it's like, I can read I Kiss Shara Wheeler when I come home. I can read I Kiss Shara Wheeler when I come home. And it was just so good. It's so good. Please check out my review on Insta, on Goodreads. I really cannot capture how well it was. I also need to fix. I keep misgendering people, and it's pretty awful, but I really can't change that on Instagram because you have to have a certain amount of characters. So I would then have to change that, and then that would be more letters and more characters, and then I would have to redo the whole entire post, and that's just too much work for me. But I'm sorry for misgendering anyone. I didn't mean to, because like, it's like a they, she kind of situation. Like, you want to be called they, them first over she, her, but I'm sorry. Sometimes gendering is just a little complex and difficult. But yeah, ow, Jesus. Sorry, I'm so sorry. There's so many freaking bugs out. It's like literally 80 degrees out, so what the hell? Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you, you religious folk. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for having allergies too. I didn't take my allergy medicine. Okay. Oh my god, that was disgusting. Okay. Sorry. I Can Share Whaler. Yes, the best book you will read this year. I promise you. It is not as good as Red, White, and Royal Blue. It might be better. I don't know. They're both so good. I feel like there's just something about when an adult author like writes a YA book. It just makes it so nice to see like the differences between their adult books and their YA books. I feel like the YA books are always more relatable. Like, I don't understand your midlife crisis where you like are broke and drunk, and I don't know, like, I don't understand that because I'm literally still in high school. Like, I literally can't relate to practically any adult book. So it's like a real refreshing, it's really refreshing to just read a YA book, and I found it really refreshing. So I've been reading only like YA books this month, and I'm probably gonna read maybe one adult one. I don't know. Anyway, I'm really excited for Husband Material to come out in August. Like, why couldn't it have come out this month? Because I really loved the material. But I feel like we're getting out of hand here. Okay, so next I'm going to be recommending maybe 5 to 7 LGBTQ books, and I don't really know if I can explain all of them because I'm really bad at explaining things. Because I just make it, I kind of over explain but also under explain where none of it makes sense and it's just jibber jabber. So, anyway, the first one I want to recommend is Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, and I was talking about Loveless by Alice Oseman, same author. They slash she is Alice is a best-selling author, the best-selling author of Heartstopper, and that's where everyone knows her from. And Heartstopper has really been a hype like this year. It came out April 2022, April 22nd, sorry, of this year on Netflix as a show, and everybody's just been kind of watching it and reading it, and there have been new readers to it, and so yeah. But I'm one of those new readers, and I have to say that Heartstopper really just changed my life and kind of changed my whole perspective of the LGBTQ community. And I think that it was really amazing, and it deserves the world, and I think the world deserves it too. There is a web comic, like a webtoon I've been reading, but unfortunately Alice had to go on hiatus because she's not feeling very well, mental health wise, and thoughts and prayers go out to her, but also please finish Heartstopper Volume 5 so I can read it. Yeah, and it has honestly changed my world so much that I want to buy everything on Etsy. So if you haven't, Heartstopper related, like I even found shoes on Amazon, Heartstopper related. I'm like, I just want to get a Heartstopper wardrobe. Okay, I'm gonna get the sweatpants, I'm gonna get the shirt, I'm gonna get a hat, I'm gonna get scrunchies, I'm gonna get bookmarks, and you're gonna be like, that girl is crazy. But anyway, so if you haven't read it yet, you absolutely have to read it. Like I'm telling you, you have to read it. Like it is part of the hype, which means that you're kind of obligated to read it. I haven't read everything that was a hype, but anyway. So Heartstopper is about, okay, most of you should know what it's about, but it's about Nick and Charlie, and Nick is kind of this like shy boy. He has 2 friends, except what's his face? What is the guy's name uh in the show? Who Toby Donovan plays him. Why do I not remember anything? Anyway, that guy, he was not actually in the book, but there was a different character in the book who was kind of similar to him, but he wasn't in the show. So they kind of like swapped. They kind of swapped that. But anyway, about Charlie Spring, like it mainly focuses on kind of Charlie's point of view, but there also are some of Nick's point of view, not in the show, but in the book. Anyway, it's a graphic novel, and it's about Charlie Spring, and he's like this shy boy. He has 2 friends, like I already mentioned, Tao, and I'm blanking on the other one's name, but anyway, Tao is the more important one. No offense. Um, and it's basically he lives in the UK, and he goes to this all boys school called Drewham, whatever. And like people kind of still make fun of him for being gay. Like he is one of the only gay students there, but it's not necessarily an all boys school. Like girls can transfer too, and they have like in the book. And yeah. Uh, yeah. And it's just really good. Like it's kind of hard to explain, but it's also not because it's just such a simple plot, but it's so good. And basically, he on the first day of year year 10, or year 9. I think it's year 10. It's kind of like American, but also not because it's different in the UK. But oh my god, I talk too much. On his first day of sophomore year, he meets Nicholas Nelson, who is literally the school's straight boy, the school's rugby star. He's hot, he's nice, but he's like, oh great, like Charlie is like, oh great, I have to sit next to a rugby dude who the rugby dudes literally bullied me last year, yay, so fun. And then they see each other and it's like heartstopper, and it's like, hi, um hi hi sorry. It's so cute. And it's like, I'm not like homophobic, I'm an ally. So there are so many cute things about it, and it's just, it'll make you smile, and it will make you happy. So sorry for making this video so long. Goal is 30 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna stop myself. 30 minutes. Okay, next book is, of course, Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall. And I heard that Alexis Hall was actually making a Regency romance, which is interesting. But anyway, Boyfriend Material is really good. It is another British rom-com, and it's just so good. Basically, it's about this guy named Luke O'Donnell. And I listened to the audiobook. It's just so life-changing. It's about this guy named Luke O'Donnell, and he's like 20 something, and his dad is famous. Like, I think he was a famous singer, and so the press kind of watches him, and he gets like shunned, I guess, like shamed for I don't know, like this guy, he meets this guy in a bar, and the guy is like nice, and he turns out rude, and then the press knows about it, and it just kind of blows up in his face. And to redeem his reputation, he is trying, well, his friends, his obnoxiously annoying but amazing friends, want him to find a boyfriend so he can redeem his reputation and show his responsibility as a broke, slightly alcoholic 20-year-old. So he finds this guy Oliver. I think his friends find him actually. They know him. And he's like, no, Oliver, so stuck up. Oliver has his life together. Oliver is hot, but he is kind of cold. Hot and cold, lol. And so, yeah, it kind of spirals from there. And they have like I think it's sort of like a fake dating things to redeem his reputation, but we love fake dating British rom-coms. So it was really cute, and I definitely recommend it to everyone, and you will love it. You are guaranteed to love it. It is so good. Okay, so next would be Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, however you pronounce it. Anyway, it was the best book of 2019. Got a Goodreads award. It is so good that I still think about it to this day, even though I read it last year. And I've been meaning to read it. And I was just like, no. And I did read it, and I was so amazed. It is so good. It'll blow your expectations out of the water. It's just so good. So, for those of you who don't know the story, oh my god, Red, White, and Royal Blue is getting a movie! That is literally, I hope, coming out this year. I'm so excited. It has the hot guy from The Kissing Booth, and the guy from Cinderella, and literally so excited. Anyway, I think his name is like Alejandro Claremont Diaz, Alex Claremont Diaz, and he is the first son of the President of the United States, who is a female, so I wish that was really true. Anyway, and he has this like known feud with Henry, the Prince of Wales, and their feud is really hot. Sexual tension, people, sexual tension. Anyway, and he has this known feud with him, and he hates him because he like just acts like everything is just, I don't know, like he acts stuck up and rich and just all these things. And by the way, this like, I don't think that Alex like is gay yet. He like finds out that he's like bisexual. Anyway, so but he goes to Wales for something, like some sort of conference or fancy event or other, and he like gets drunk and says a lot of things that he doesn't mean to Henry, or a lot of things that he does mean. He's like, I hate you, F you, I don't want to see your face anymore. He gets kicked out by security, pretty sure, I think. And yeah, basically he sees Henry a lot, and things develop at a very drunk party where people probably shouldn't have been drinking alcohol. But yeah, you'll just have to read to find out how cute it is, and it's so good. It's so good. It will rock the world. These next how many did I recommend? These next two books I'm gonna try not to do a blurb for, but just like tell you to read it yourself. But anyway, God, there's so many good queer books I've read, but I just okay. Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. If you have not watched Love, Simon, you definitely should. But anyway, this is by Becky Albertalli, and it's one of the best queer books you will read. Just read it. It's so good. I know I've said that about literally all of these books, but they are really good. Why else would I be recommending them? Like, and it's just a coming of age book where a teen is he's struggling to find his identity, and he starts writing anonymous emails to the only other gay kid at his school who came out as gay. So he kind of wants some clarification, he just wants to know like how it feels and what his experience was like. So yeah, and they form an unlikely bond and romance until those emails get leaked by Martin. You'll find out who Martin is, but Martin. And then the last book I have to recommend is probably God, there's so many good ones, and I feel like I'm just like blanking on all of them. Spin Me Right Round by David Valds, and this book is a time travel book. It's basically like Back to the Future, except I've never watched Back to the Future, which I guess I should. And this kid is openly gay at his high school, and his high school is progressive, except they won't let there be like it has to be prom king and prom queen at prom. And it used to be like it's a religious school, but it used to be like very religious back in the 80s. And so basically on the main character's name is Louis or Lewis, and he on his way to talk to a teacher to convince the principal to let there be like prom king and prom king, or like no titled prom queen and prom king, he gets whacked in the head with a giant beam, and he is taken back to the 80s where his parents like went to the same high school as him. So it's a little weird because he like interacts with his parents, like he literally goes to high school with his parents, which is a little weird, but it's something different. And he like learns about how bad it was to be queer at that high school in the 80s, because they were very religious. Like you couldn't dance at prom, like literally dancing was a sin, and you couldn't kiss people of the same sex as you on campus, and you couldn't go out after 9. Like people lived on campus, and you were lucky to live off of campus because you could basically do whatever you want. But like the teachers lived on campus, everyone lived on campus, but this was a high school, so it's kind of like college-ish. And he basically, his goal is to prevent his mom's friend from getting murdered, and he was the only other known gay kid. Well, I say that because he didn't really tell anyone that he was, but everyone just assumed that he was gay, and he was like, no, because he was dating a girl, so he thought he was straight, but then he was like, yeah, maybe I am gay. But basically it's Lewis's end goal to prevent him from getting killed, and he is successful. And I think it's really cute and sweet because it's not like a romance, but you learn a lot about just how hard it was and how lucky you should be now if you're a queer kid, versus like the 80s. Like, so many things have changed, and I'm really glad that I'm really lucky to be able to show how proud I am to be an ally and not get publicly shamed for it. And I'm very happy to not go to a religious high school. But yeah, anyway, that book was really sweet, and it's like a learning experience for all, so I really liked that. And I'm sorry if that this video is 30 minutes long, but this was my ultimate Pride video, and if you want more Pride recommendations, you can definitely check Goodreads and Insta, because that's literally all I've been posting about. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you do decide to hit that subscribe button, because my other videos aren't this long. But yeah, thank you for supporting me, and yeah, I'll stop talking now. So I'm like rewatching the video I recorded earlier today, and I just want to say that the first mistake I made was I accidentally said book instead of song when I was talking about Loveless, so I'm talking about how the song doesn't relate to my feelings. Second thing is that I accidentally said Nick instead of Charlie when I was talking about how Charlie was a shy boy. Instead I said Nick. Oops. And I just remembered when I was talking about Red, White, and Royal Blue, they went to a fancy event. Maybe Henry was trying to find like a wife or something. And I remember now that Alex accidentally knocks over the cake. Oh wait, no, someone's getting married. And he accidentally knocks over the cake, and then, he kind of falls into Henry, and he is all over like the news and stuff and in a bunch of articles, which is why the press or whatever, the president and the queen have come to an agreement that they should fake date to make themselves look better, and to kind of clean up their mess that they made for getting in this little accident. So yeah, it just came to me right now, and I will put this in the video so you understand. Bye.